Hello everyone, welcome back. I have upgraded myself to the membership. I'm part of the Cool Guys Club now. So I think the first thing we need to do is go around, talk to everyone again, and see if there's anything that we can do now. Number one, I know this is now available. All of these items are now up for purchase. Nothing too expensive. I just need to see specifically what requirements are needed. I know for like the Slayer staff, you'll need 55 Slayer. So I don't think that's something I need to worry about. These are free. I can just take these. I've got the bug lantern I need to light. But I don't see other magic weapon. Oh, it's a Leech-Blade Spear. That also might be Slayer locked. But I'll see what I need to do. Other thing I figured out is the Dwarven Army Axe I forgot to pick up. It would have been nice for the fire making grind, but it's fine. It's only level 33. And then I think this guy will give me the Wicked Hood. I don't think it'll provide me anything besides a couple free runes, mind runes and air runes until I can get the talisman. It'll give me free essence 100 per day, which is a nice little passive thing, but yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need specifically. Let me see what Penda will give me. It might be, if I remember, it might just be a clue that, yeah, okay, he's just for the clue. He doesn't actually give you money like I said in the last episode. So yeah, I think really the only, not really, what's the word I'm looking for? Viable, I suppose, moneymaker is to get the runes and then sell them back. And if I did my math right, I'll need around 4.5 thousand runes if I hop between worlds, just to get the melee weapons I need. I don't think there's too much I need to get from Turiel too expensive, but yeah, I think that's really the main thing we need to do until I can reroll a new one. Same thing, I still need a magic weapon. I don't know if anything is available. I just uploaded the first episode, so maybe there'll be comments there. But we'll see if there's anything. Oh, okay, we come up, that's weird. You come up the staircase and you end up on the other side. You're supposed to end up over there. Interesting staircase. Archer, can't fight them. Talk to them. Couple quest icons, but that's for the world, the gods thing. Games room. I don't think there's anything in here either. Yeah, okay. So I think really the main thing now is just get the 30 attack by slaughtering the rabbits. But I'll keep looking into other things to see if there's anything else I need to do. But let's head over to the chunk picker and check off the things that we did on the last episode. Oh, and before I forget, let me grind the ashes. I forgot to get that on video last time. So there you go, just to prove that I'm not a liar. Okay, chunk picker, here we are. So I can't do that yet. Defense, I can do that when I get the... So we'll have to get the 5 defense. I need to light the lantern. I fletched the bow. I can do that. I ground the herbs. Slayer staff requires 55 Slayers, so can't do that. Need to buy a minor rune essence. 60 Slayers, so can't do that at the moment. Can do that. Just buy them. Let me go through these and check if there's any Slayer requirements for any of these before I definitively say. Adamant two-hand sword. I think that's the biggest thing I need to do right now. We can start the Death Plateau. I've already done this. That's unlocked by default, and I have done this. So, we're up to 8, and we'll have a couple more once I actually go and do the things. After discussion with the other chunk people and another gander around the chunk, I've come to the conclusion that there are no magic weapons available. Because of this, I'm completely unable to even receive a Slayer task. So I've gone ahead and locked the Slayer requirements behind the chunk picker usability feature that's up in the activity info. This knocked off a couple of the requirements. The Slayer Staff, the Leaf Blade Spear, the Mirror Shield, the Insulated Boots, and the Witchwood Icon all have Slayer requirements attached to them, so I will not be required to use them. I can still do the Bug Lantern because you don't need to have a Slayer to light it. I just can't wield it, but that's fine. And I can still do the Spiny Helmet because there's no associated Slayer requirement. The Chunk Picker also wasn't able to backlog everything that I can't do, so I'm just going to do those manually. So the Receiver Slayer assignment I can't do because no magic weapon. Again, it's on here twice, so we'll backlog that. I think that's all the other things I need to do. So we're left with the Adamant Weapon. To cast an Airstrike, the Spike Gauntlets, I can do that for free. The first step of the Death Plateau, and the cleanup for the last episode that I wasn't able to do without membership. I've also been made aware that most of the shops actually act as a general store for selling items. That's going to be a much better money maker than selling my runes back to the shop. As I collect the rabbit meat, I can just sell it off. I'll probably cook some of it first just to get some of the early cooking levels out of the way. But I'm pretty sure the cooked meat sells for less. But there's going to be a lot of meat in our future, so I think it'll be enough to cover any weapons I need. Okay, let's quickly go through the cleanup stuff. Also, yeah, I can sell this for 20. Let me cook one, and I'll see how much that sells for. Yeah, this only sells for 5, so if I want cash, I'll just sell the raw ones. If I want XP, I'll cook them up first. But yeah, first off, let's get a piece of essence real quick. Done, easy, check that off. Next, let me cast an airstrike. No? Okay. This is another magic weapon skill issue. I don't think I can cast attack spells without a magic weapon. So we'll settle for Confuse. There you go. That's my magic requirement. I know I said spells wouldn't be required, but the Chunk Picker wishes it, so might as well. Next up is tutorial stuff. We'll grab the free gauntlets. I also need to get the Salt Shaker. I forgot about that. That goes into the tool belt, so I need another 30k for that. The Bug Lantern is only 130. And what else? I think that's it. Oh, the Spiny Helmet, 650. So quick math, 780 plus, so I'll need 30,000, 780 plus the 31,000 for the weapons. At 20 each is, let me see, 30, 20, about 3,000 rabbit meat. Okay, that's going to be our first biggest grind, I suppose, but not too bad. I've done much worse in this game. And then let's go over to our friends for the Death Plateau. We'll start the first step. I think the next step would be into the dwarf cave over there. But I'll just get this off done real quick. Spacebar, trolls in the Death Plateau, gotta go around to give them a sandwich, etc., etc. Okay, accept quest. Good. And then it'll lead you over to the dwarf over here. So that's out the other side of the chunk, so we can't continue. Alright, that's it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and check this off anyway, because I don't require magic spells. We did that. Good, excellent. Got the gauntlets, easy. We need to buy that, and we've completed that. So we only have 6 more tasks to do. But it requires a lot of rabbits. I'm going to start with buying weapons before I cook anything. I think better weapons will make the grind a lot faster, especially if I can get up to a weapon level that I can one-hit KO the rabbits. Afterwards, I'll do some math to see how much I can spare to cook, while still getting enough cash to buy everything I need. Okay, so I've begun the rabbit slaughter. I'm going to train both attack and strength at this time. I know it's going to take twice as long to get the attack requirement, but I think in the long run it'll be a little bit more beneficial to have both attack and strength leveled up. And I'll also get 5 defense along the way. I don't think I'm going to go past 5 defense because it doesn't really give me any benefit at the moment. These things don't hit anything. I don't have any armor available, so I'm just going to stick with attack and strength for now. So I've picked up my first upgrade. I've gotten the iron two-hand sword, and it is more than twice as fast as the dagger I was using before. So I think it kind of puts in perspective how much equipment really matters in RuneScape 3. It's just one singular upgrade. It's still not even like the best, and I'm going over twice as fast. So flash forward to an update time. I've managed to hit 30 attack and 30 strength. I've upgraded to the black two-hand sword, and I'm relatively consistently one-hitting them, so that has sped this up a lot. I think I'm going to skip the mithril sword, because that'll save me some cash, about 10k worth of GP. I've also done the math. I'm going to need about 3650 rabbits to reach the goal of 40 attack. I've also decided I'm going to start stockpiling the meat now. I've done the math, and if I cook them, I'll get around 120,000 cooking XP, which will bring me up to 51 cooking at the cost of losing out on 60,000 GP. I think that's a pretty worthwhile trade. It'll also give me a tiny food source, which is better than no food source, in case I need to do that instead of selling it. Another unfortunate thing I've come to realize, these things don't drop bones, so I'm missing out on the early prayer XP. They also don't drop the player-owned farm rabbits, the unchecked ones, because I haven't done the tutorial, but that's kind of just one of the quirks of being a chunkman. Okay, so I'll continue the bun busting, and I'll come up with any more updates when they happen. Quick update again. I decided I want to get 5 agility. This will unlock the surge ability. Since I'm going to be running back and forth between the rabbits and the bank, I think it'll give me a little quality of life. I just need 5 agility, so I don't think it'll take... I'm already hit 2, so it's not going to take that long. And I think it'll save me a lot of time in the long run. There, easy. Took about only 4 laps. Now I've unlocked the surge ability, so 1 surge between the rabbits and the bank should save me a bunch of time. And with this final stroke, we've hit 40 attack. It took twice as long because I did strength along with it, but I think it's worth it. It took nearly 6,000 rabbits to get here. Yeah, 5.9 thousand. And we're not quite done. We still need to get 5 defense for the spiny helmet. But let's take our time, head on over to Gaius and grab ourselves the sweet reward we've been waiting for this whole time. That's nice. It's done. I can check that off on the list. So I'll go ahead and get 5 defense really quickly. I need to sell a little bit more rabbit before I can say everything is complete, but we've done it. And just like that, we've hit 5 defense. Very easy. So in total, I've accumulated this many rabbits. I'm going to cook them up real quick, sell off just enough that so I can afford what I need to buy from Turiel. And I think that's it. I'll take a look at the chunk picker, but we might be close to rolling a new chunk. Does anyone find it weird That when you burn a rabbit, it turns into a steak? No? Just me? Okay. The meat is complete. My prediction of 51 cooking was pretty accurate despite burning the number I did. Now I just need to sell enough to purchase the salt shaker, the lantern, and the helmet. It should be around 1,500 of them. I'll go ahead and withdraw 1,600 just to be sure. And then once that's, I can probably just sell them all right away. I don't think the price decreases like it does in old school. I'll do a test run of 100, make sure I get the full amount out of it. Do 50, 20, yep. So that's pretty close. So if I just sell all of them, I should get. That's not all of them. Okay, I guess we can only do 500 at a time. Okay, that should be just enough to get everything I need. If anything, I can just sell some more. Not a problem. Alright, salt shaker acquired. Lantern acquired. Spiny helmet acquired. Worn. Added to tool belts. Yes. And light the lantern. I cannot wield it as I mentioned before, but that should be everything. So let's go over to the chunk picker, because I think that is everything we need to do in this chunk. This is a monumentous occasion. Check off the adamant weapon, the spiny helmet, the bug lantern. And that's it. The number is green. We've completed the chunk. This is a monumental day. So let's talk about the rolling process. At the moment, I have access to 2 chunks. This one, I don't have any walkable tiles, so I can't get up to there. And this one, I can't get up to because the access is either locked off by terrain or you can't see behind the flag. There's a shortcut up there, but you need to be able to repair it before you can actually use it. So we have a 50% chance to roll the Warriors Guild, which will require 99 attack and strength. That's going to take me a while, or a 50% chance to go down. There's a couple of small grinds over here. The Herblore Cape I discussed in the rules episode I'm not going to be required to do because I don't have any appropriate training method to train it on. So honestly, it's just a matter of time before I get this. I'm not putting it away. I think I'm ready to take it because it's going to come whether I like it or not, and no matter how many chunks in this direction, it's not going to really change how different it's gonna, how difficult it's gonna be. So I guess without further ado, let's hit the pick chunk button. Looks like we've gone down. Alright, we're putting it off. Let's see what we've got unlocked. Fried onions. I'm glad I did the cooking grind. We've got our crafting. 83 farming. 65 fire making. I think we'll see if there's any new trees I can do. I think there might be willows down here, so that'll be not too bad. Apparently there's yew tree as well. I'm gonna go ahead and black log 120 right away. I can say for sure I'm not gonna be doing that. Same thing with the Herblore Cape. Leather gloves. Looks like there's a lot of. Do I have leather tannery? That might be what that is. But this is pretty exciting. So yeah, let's go down and take a look what we've got. This is one small step for man, one giant surge for mankind. I don't know why I went diagonal. It's kind of ruined the climax. But here we are. We've done it. I don't have access to the mine yet. My chunk ends basically right here. We've got the crafting. We've got a pot. We've got some fishing bait. Thread, bucket, pot. I have a source of water, so I don't think that helps too much. Torch, amulet, mold, vial. Okay, cake tin. I don't have. Let me see what else I've got. We got the cows. the coos. We got the spinning wheel and some sheep so we can make some amulets if we somehow get a hold of that. We got more rabbits to train on. I'd probably upgrade to the cows. This goes basically all the way to the wall, I think. Let me a specific map here. Yeah, so I've got all the way to the wall. That's good. Don't have to worry too much about going out of the thing. I've got hunting. Okay, that's kind of cool. Oh, okay, got that achievement as well. So one of the tasks I expect would be to catch these sort of things. Hero's Quest. Still got a long while till I get to that. Lone rabbit. What's my low border? It looks like one tile below the round part of the lake here, so it goes pretty far down. Altar. Okay. Oh, is this flax? Well, no, it's Lily of the Valley. Cave entrance. I've got the abominations down here. I can kill. I've got some cave bugs, but no slayer. Can I kill these without the slayer requirement? I've got the gloves, so it should let me. I think it's level 1 slayer, so I don't know what they drop either, but that's probably a task I'd have to do anyway to kill unique creature. Leather cowl. Okay, so maybe the leather was from these guys. Interesting. Interesting. So I think I can start the Druidic Witch Roll quest, so I might as well go ahead and do that while I'm here. Yep, quest accepted. So before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's talk about all of the challenges that we now have unlocked in this chunk. We need 42 cooking for fried onions, we need 29 crafting for the hard leather shield, 10 defense to wield all the leather that we're going to be making, 10 fishing to start the fishing contest quest, 70 woodcutting for yew logs, 65 fire making to burn the logs, and 70 fletching to craft the logs into a wood box and a shield bow. As I mentioned before, and in my rules video, I will not be doing the skill creep grinds without a viable training method, or if I just don't want to. As such, I have backlogged the 99 and 120 herb cape tasks. However, the big boy grind here is the farming requirement. I need a 83 farming in order to create a spirit sapling. This little thorn was provided to us by the Tool Leprechaun, whom grants us a teleport to the Winkin farm. This grants us access to the Vinesweeper minigame, which you can use to train your farming. The shop sells seeds for 55,000 points and XP for 1 point per XP, starting at level 40. At peak efficiency, as far as I can tell, at higher levels, it's 30 to 40,000 points an hour. Realistically, I expect somewhere around 10 to 20 at best. These points will be the main source of EXP. Up until level 40, there has a decreasing point cost. Initially at level 1, it's 7.75 points per XP and decreases to 1-to-1 ratio at 40. It takes 2.67 million XP to hit 63 farming. At the absolute best point gathering, that would be around 70 to 90 hours. Realistically, it's going to be double, if not longer than that. I know my sanity can only hold out for so long, but I'm going to give it my best effort. The grind is going to be a little bit offset by potatoes and trees that I get seeds from with woodcutting grind. I get the nests. So my plan here is I'm going to farm potatoes and trees as I work on the other grinds in the chunk. And whatever I have left over will be filled with Vinesweeper. This might be where I invoke my light criteria that I talked about in the rules episode. I'm going to give it my best effort, but I'm not going to make any promises at this point that I will be able to complete this. On top of that, we have a bunch of new best in slot equipment we need to get. Most of it's going to come from the crafting grind. I'm not going to list off all of the items. I'm just going to show you here with this graphic. There's 2 sets basically with the range and the mage. The hard leather armor with the shield bow, and the basic mage wizard outfit that you all get from crafting as well. Interestingly enough, the butterfly net counts as a spellcasting weapon, so that's going to be the best in slot weapon for mage at this point. This is in addition to the wand in the book that I can make with crafting. And now that I have a magic weapon, I can unbacklog the Slayer task from the previous chunk. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I don't have access to any ammo at this point, so I don't need to train 70 range to wield the U shield bow that I'm going to be fletching. And finally, we have the monster-related stuff. We will have to kill at least one of every new monster, like the abomination that I already showed. The cows will be killed for their leather and the crafting grind anyway, so that's a bit of a given. Chickens are slightly interesting as they actually have 2 collection log slots that are attached to them. The cornucopia and the rubber chickens, both sporting the very rare category on their weapon. Not complaining, as this is a stockpile of feathers, it would be nice to have. These monsters also give me a source of bones, which is pretty nice. The caveat here is the cave bugs that require level 7 Slayer. I most likely won't be able to get that because of the tutorial task, but we'll see what task he gives me in the future. Okay, so I'm going to start with the woodcutting grind. Firstly, I need to use the regular trees until I can get 15 fletching. Then I'll go over to the oak and chop that. If I did my math correctly, I'm going to need around 18,000 oak logs to reach 70 wood cutting, which is what I need to cut the yew tree when I grow it. I think that's really it. I don't really have much to add. You won't be seeing me for quite some time, but I'll be here, I'll be working on it, and if anything pops up, you'll see. A couple of things I've already learned on this first inventory of logs. Number one, now that I've got the Dwarven Army Axe, I'm getting these wooden knots now, which will give me a tiny bit of crafting XP, so I might be able to skip a little bit of the cow grinding. Number two, I need to decrease the interface of the game, so unfortunately anything that you'll see is probably going to be small. Like in the previous episodes. Because of Alt 1, it won't read the chat box if the scaling is too high up. And I'm using Alt 1 to catch any bird nests that possibly fall on the ground so I don't miss any at all. So I've gotten my first strange rock. Kind of interesting. I'm assuming I didn't get one because I wasn't a member until now. But, you know, that's not going to be relevant until I get all the way over to Varric. But I think it's kind of cool. 15 crafting complete. I'm going to move over to the oak logs now. Unfortunately, the oak logs don't give you the wood knots, so my tiny grind is complete already. Yeah, that's it. On to the oaks. Obligatory raking content. I'm going to go ahead and start a potato pile. We'll see how high it gets by the end of it. So I think I'm going to end the episode here since we've got this gigantic grind in front of me. I don't think I'll have too much to add along the way, so I just want to put something out so you know what's going on, rather than me disappearing for 3 months. I thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be moving within the next week, so I don't know when the next episode will be coming out. But I'll be slowly grinding away at the logs, the fletching, the fire making, everything along the way. I'll try to catch up as much as I can, but I'm definitely going to be missing some of it with the moving and everything. My chat's on in-game if you want to send a message or anything like that. But until next time, see ya.